You're still watching Morning at NTV with me, Romeo Busiku. Of course, this is a very pertinent conversation that we are getting into with, that is Ivan Musenero, an occupational therapist at Butabika Hospital and Kampala Youth Foundation. What do you know about gambling? Did you know that gambling could turn out to be an addiction? But like alcohol, you're not going to be able to smell the gambler. You're not going to be able to say that, Romeo Busiku gambled today before coming to work. You're not going to be able to do that. But if someone drank alcohol earlier, you'd be able to say, something is amiss here. There is a funny smell coming from here. But then we would like to talk about the effects of gambling to that individual and to the society. We've had research done by the Daily Monitor. They've done investigations on the ground. There is a boom in betting, there is a boom in gambling, and it is causing a lot of distress to our young people. Mental health, it is disintegrating. When you lose that money, your mental health is also being lost. Let's say you're betting 100,000 and then you lose like 10 times. That is 1 million Uganda shillings. All right, let me talk to Ivan Musenero and we talk about this gambling addiction, what it means, and how you can alleviate and save yourself. A very good morning, Ivan. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you, too.
What is gambling addiction before anything else, before you get into the nitty-gritty details of this conversation?
Before we even talk about gambling addiction, we need to discuss what gambling is.
Indeed.
And also we discuss addiction. So let me start with addiction. Addiction is a chronic relapsing disease, meaning you live with it, so it's chronic. There's no cure for it. And then relapsing, someone can be sober for even 20 years, and then after that, they will still go back to the problem. It could be alcohol, it could be marijuana, or even gambling itself. And in disease, it comes along with other diseases. For example, I will relate it to gambling. When someone is doing gambling for long, they might end up with diseases like hypertension. And then medically we know hypertension usually moves along with diabetes. We could also look at someone having ulcers and other medical conditions that come along with it, even mental health issues. So when you look at gambling...
What kind of mental health issues?
Depression, bipolar, more so depression.
What do you mean bipolar? Because I want them to relate and say, okay, I'm that bipolar person.
Okay, bipolar, we look at two phases. Someone can have mania and then depression. So it's like two poles. Bi means two, and then polar, two poles. So someone swings in two poles.
How do they act on a daily?
Someone is compelled to do things even without thinking. Like they just keep acting out. Someone can wake up and gamble 50 million. They don't care.
But so that could be school fees.
Does it
for
matter?
The children.
We've seen many reports in the news that students are gambling tuition at Macquarie University. So when someone keeps doing
impulsive behavior.
Yes, because when someone gambles, with or without the win, they will feel happy psychologically. Yes. So when we talk about gambling, gambling is anything of chance. You don't have 100% surety that you're going to win. So when you talk about gambling addiction, this is where someone gambles. Of course, gambling is not bad, as we shall discuss it later.
It gives us some 800 billion every year.
Okay, that's the government. But so when someone gambles without looking at, despite the harmful effect, then we call that gambling addiction. Yes, it is something that is big, which we shall look at the symptoms later on. And when related to other addictions.
How different is it from alcohol and other substances?
With gambling, it's more of behavior. Like someone is just compelled to do something without thinking, without anything, because they're looking at financial gains. But when you look at alcohol, there's even a substance involved. With gambling, there's no substance. With gambling, it is typically psychological. But with alcohol, there's a substance involved. With marijuana, there's a substance involved. So someone takes it maybe to cool their temper, maybe to sleep. Even gambling by there sometimes. Someone can gamble to relieve stress. It is shocking. Yes. Someone can gamble to relieve stress, especially the women. And according to research internationally, women who gamble, they have had trauma before. And most of the women have other comorbid substance use problems, like alcohol, marijuana. So this one is also a substitute. Others when they go for treatment in rehabilitation centers around the world or Uganda, they start to say, I want to leave alcohol, now I want to substitute it with something that does not impact on me. And trust me, they make a mistake, because gambling is equally.
It's a graduation to something worse.
It is equally, it equally has adverse effects like alcohol and marijuana. So it doesn't matter whether it cross from alcohol to marijuana or from marijuana to gambling.
Anything that keeps you on your toes, it's not good for you.
As long as it's an addiction, it has the same impact. So we find that most of them, they cross from alcohol to gambling, because someone cannot notice that they have gambled. If you gamble right now, or maybe I came gambled, you can't actually tell that I gambled. But with alcohol, when I take it, you will know. We recently had an engagement with the USPA, that is the Uganda Sports Players Association, last year. And when we asked how many people gambled today before we came here, and almost the whole room was full. So maybe you need to just ask, have you gambled? Then they'll, okay, yes, I did.
Wow.
But with alcohol, you will tell that someone has taken it.
This is really compelling. I've never gambled a day in my life. And you also mentioned that there are women who gamble. I've never seen a woman gamble in my whole life. That is really a first. Because mostly we've been seeing the boys, the unemployed, doing the gambling. But also, we've also got to learn that even the employed, those who have the money, because they have the resources, they are the most clamoring for these gambling centers. What do you make of that?
According to the research that was done by the national lotteries, we looked at women also gamble. That was 1% according to the sample space. I think it was about
1%.
Yes,
that makes sense.
Just 1%. But as I told you, when a woman is gambling, there's a problem behind them. It's also the same thing as alcohol. When you say a woman is addicted to a certain substance, there is trauma behind, which is the same thing with gambling. So they are running away from something. They're escaping, call it escapee gambling. They're escaping from a certain emotion.
An escape route.
Yes. So they're trying to, let me gamble, I fix my mind here. I don't want to think about something else.
One would think that the person that would be in such a mental stature would be the one who is unemployed. The one who is distressed because they are unemployed. Then they're like, okay, there's substance abuse over the alcohol. And then they're like, there's an escape route in gambling. But then what we are seeing, it is the employed who are doing it. Help us draw the parallels. Why is that happening that way?
I wanted to add something about the women.
Go ahead.
When you look at, in our culture, Uganda, the men usually take the lead. And when you ask women, how much Kameza money do you get home? They'll tell maybe 10,000 or 5.
I'm saying I'm not married.
Yes. And then so other women they get tortured mentally. So what do? They relieve stress through gambling, and then now gambling has an issue there. They expect money. There's an expectation of money. So they'll say, if I try to gamble, maybe I'll get some money. So that's how women are now drawn to gambling. We expect these numbers to get high.
Okay, that is the 1%. Help us draw the parallels between the unemployed and the employed. Why is it that the employed are gambling more than these boys who are unemployed? I don't get it.
Yeah, actually, even when you look at the research that was done, the unemployed are not gambling more. So it is these people who are employed. And when you look at the salary ranges, that was between 250,000 Ugandan shillings to 1 million. And that's where most youth and Ugandans are. So if someone is earning $1 million a month, then their needs are too much. So what they will do is they will try to get some money to gamble so that they earn more money. And when someone does this over and over again, the return is addiction.
That would be true if you are considering forex trading as gambling as well, because most of the employed people are the ones who are doing forex trading, and they're losing a lot of money in that regard. You can lose $1 million in one day.
Yes.
But the person gambling with a ticket of 1K down there at a betting center, they're not losing as much as this person.
I want to talk about the modern day gambling, the gambling industry. It's evolving at a fast rate. Even when you go abroad, there are some things called the Ponzi schemes. The Ponzi schemes, yes. They can tell you to invest money in the lime or those I'll call them certain activities. telling you you're going to get money. So gambling is evolving at a fast rate, whereby someone will get even addicted without them knowing. So even forex trading is part of it, because we said gambling is something without certainty. It's not 100% sure that you're going to get this. If I put 1,000, I'm going to get 10,000. It's not sure. So it's a probability. That is gambling. Yes. So even when you look at the youth right now, especially those employed, they have access to phones, because forex trading is not done in the bar. It's on the phone. The gambling is now closer to you on the phone. So
you don't have to step out of the house.
No.
So you're compelled.
And that's why people will tell you, no, me, I work from home. But which work is that?
Forex trading.
We don't know. So, and that is where we're going. We just need to be more vigilant.
Well, of course, these individuals are seated in the comfort of their homes and offices. They are watching and they are wondering, how do I know that I'm now addicted to gambling? So you're going to help us draw those parallels. What are some of the signs of a gambling addiction or problem gambling?
Okay.
Go ahead.
When we look at the signs of gambling addiction or problem gambling, one, we look at financial stress or distress. When someone's finances are now starting to have issues, but before they didn't have issues, like someone keeps borrowing over and over again, and then you find that after some certain time they're overwhelmed with debts. We recently had a case like that. Someone was working, earning 4 million a month, and then they got a loan of 30 million because they wanted to buy a car which was worth 90 million. So they went and he got the money from a friend, placed a bet of 3, it's called odd 3. So he expected 90 million after the end of the game. And by that time, Arsenal was hot. Trust me, it ended when it was a draw, and he lost.
He didn't see that
money.
coming.
Yes. So he went into depression, even got something called a psychotic episode.
Yeah.
He had voices in his head telling him to kill himself.
No way.
Because he had no escape route. He told a friend, give me the 30 million, I have a business I'm going to run, by tomorrow I'm giving you the money.
So the schizophrenia kicked in?
Not schizophrenia, psychosis. We call
psychosis.
it a brief psychotic episode whereby someone starts to see things and hear things that don't exist anymore to us. Yes.
So this is brief, it has nothing to do with schizophrenia. You will still be able to hear those voices?
Yes, you can.
Briefly?
But yes, with management.
And the trigger being the stress?
Yes.
Wow.
And when they manage them quickly, it can't progress to schizophrenia, but we still need to monitor them for some time. So
could it be behavioral? Could it be behavioral? I mean, because I've gone through that financial distress that you've elaborated, more money than the individual.
Yes.
But I've never resorted to gambling or anything like that. So what is it? Is it behavioral?
It is a psychological game.
I see.
That's what I say. That's why you see on all the adverts, we recommend that all partners in the gambling industry should put it. Gambling can be psychologically harmful. Like they give you a thought, it's like a fallacy. You're going to win the next game. You're going to win. Even if you lose now, you're going to win the next game.
So it is the promotions, the way they promote.
It's not the promotion, it's how you take it in. The thought you sink into your head. Because someone says, I've lost over maybe 10 million. I now recover the money. So you're trying to chase a loss. Actually, it's part of the signs and symptoms.
Of course, I do have Katamba who is waiting to update us on the Kabaka's 32-year coronation. But of course, as he prepares himself, I can see him at the rear of the screen. What treatment do you give these addicts? It's a crucial one.
The treatments, they're embedded in like 3 kinds. We have the medication. Someone will ask, how would someone get medication? Because gambling is it comes with other diseases like mental health issues. So when someone gets depressed, we have seen this in our community outreaches. We have been here in Kamwatcha before, and when you're there, trust me, people say, why don't you just remove this gambling thing out of society? But of course, it gives the government revenue. The 800 billion. Yes, employment of the youth.
But so, as Butabika, you would advocate for the removal of betting as it is? to save mental health?
No, we shall promote responsible gaming.
Responsible gaming.
Yes. So responsible gaming is key. Maybe we shall talk about that.
What is responsible gaming, and then we leave it at that.
Can I just hint about something small about the treatment? The other treatment could be psychological or what we call cognitive behavior therapy. So we train the mind for you to train your behaviors actually. So the mind resonates with the behavior. What you think correlates with the behavior. Okay, maybe lastly on responsible gaming. Responsible gaming means...
Katamba is waiting for us.
It's okay. So responsible gaming means you gamble with care. That's what I will put it in simple terms. Like
gambling with care.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ivan Musenero. We cannot go any further than that. My counterpart is already on this